Adam Schiff said the most chilling portion of Mueller's testimony was his confirmation that Russia never stopped interfering in U.S. politics.
Here's a summary of the article.
House Intelligence Committee chairman said the most chilling portion of former special counsel's testimony was his confirmation that Russia never stopped interfering in U.S. politics. I also found most chilling the fact that the special counsel confirmed the Russians have never stopped their interference. They're at it again, Schiff said Sunday on NBC's Meet the Press, and he is desperately concerned, as I am as well, that the acceptance of foreign help, the willingness to receive it, may become a new normal under this president. And that, as the special counsel said, ought to alarm every American. Mueller testified last week in front of the House Intelligence and Judiciary Committees on the findings outlined in his 448-page report. The special counsel made it very clear that the Trump campaign welcomed Russian help, built it into their campaign plan, never reported it, made full use of it and then lied about it, and that there were multiple acts by the president that constitute obstruction of justice, Schiff said. Essentially, this was a campaign and a presidential candidate characterized by disloyalty to country, by greed and by lies, advertisement. Schiff has not come forward to call for impeachment inquiries to begin.
This post received a score of 46,663, with an upvote ratio of 82%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Everyone else is "I hate Russia, but me." Adam's other comment is horrifying, both in scale and honesty.
Remember, it's the case of Trump obstructed justice in addition to. Trump and his team have worked far too well at making the real obstruction he committed look like some minor incidents that don't matter. The biggest irony is, of course, that the one and only reason that Trump's obstruction didn't do anything is because people under him outright ignored orders to obstruct justice. The only hope I see is Trump becoming more and more obviously racist, as seems to be his current plan to win over his base, which might at last mobilize the more sensible people out there.
Someone older than me, remind me, how is this different than Nixonian era? Wasn't support for impeachment insanely low until they started the process?
It skyrocketed when the tapes came out. If he didn't resign, he would have been impeached. Fun fact, the creator of Fox News stated that if they were around in the 70s, Nixon wouldn't have been removed from office. Seems he was right when you consider the modern era.
They created Fox in response to Nixon's resignation. Ailes was part of the Nixon administration, he helped get Nixon elected. He also worked on Reagan's re-election campaign and the Bush senior election campaign.
Sickening that Russia, a country with an economy smaller than South Korea, can buy off and outplay us.
People assume bribery is expensive, but it isn't. Local politicians are generally for sale for contributions in the sub $10,000 range, and national for sub $100,000. Even poor countries can set aside a couple $100K, it's not that big a deal. As I understand it, the most expensive part of bribery is paying your own bribers, lobbyists. Politicians are cheap, but the people who have to interact with them need to be paid a lot.
The biggest payoff I can recall is the Cox paid Paul Ryan $500,000 2 weeks after the tax cut passed. Most congressmen can be bought for the price of a Toyota Camry.
Any link to this story? I'd love to become enraged and then sad to round out my weekend.
On phone, link broken. Gimme a sec. Edit. They also gave another $500,000 to the Republican Congressional Committee on the same day.
But Ryan quit, so doesn't he legally have to return that $500K?
I think you'd have to be ignorant to believe Russia, China or any other superpower isn't trying to actively sway politics at any moment. The US does it too, it shouldn't be a surprise. The only difference is Russia figured out a way to get really good at it quickly. Don't like it, then do something about it. Don't wallow in the fact you got duped.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.